Hi, it's Stefana here, creator of Yoga Latte and also the spokesperson at Your Holistic Mentor. So I usually do a mentoring session free for everyone on Monday mornings, but I had a client getting ready to go out of town, so I had some extra time for that time slot where I normally film it. And it's interesting because I have always learned something from every client. Learn something that I can apply, of course, to them, but apply to myself or apply to future clients. And that's what I love about what I do. And actually this idea that we can learn from everyone and everywhere. We just have to really stay open and be aware that there is a way for us to learn, that if we think we know it all, if we're so rigid and our cup is full, then we're going to have some problems. I wish my two little boys that I homeschool would get that too. Right now their cups are so full they can't have any more information coming in. So anyway, I am just really finding this phenomenal how we are living in a culture, let's say today is September 27th. It is in the middle of the afternoon. It's gorgeous in the Pacific Northwest. And over the last few weeks, we've experienced the hurricanes and the nutsoid stuff with the whole political scene and then the other stuff that goes on. And in the Northwest, we've had fires and you cannot breathe. You can't go outside and breathe, and that's frightening. I remember just thinking one night where I couldn't open the windows and I felt like I was suffocating. And so the last couple of weeks have been incredibly stressful. Now, not to mention this is a little more personal, but my youngest son, we were at the neurologist yesterday. My boys were rear-ended. They were driving with their dad and they were rear-ended last year. And the repercussions of the injuries for my youngest son are really taking a long time to heal because there was some brain trauma. And as I speak, I'm probably changing in my physical structure, my energetic structure, because it affects me so emotionally heavily, especially when I start talking about my children, that I have really experienced over the last few weeks this diminished capacity as a human being, as a spiritual being, my mental capacity, my whole capacity of life to deal with things. And it was so ironic because here I'm the coach and I'm working with my clients and helping them, and yet one of my clients just took the time to listen and to be there for me. And what I learned from him was pretty phenomenal because he deals with his own situation. I won't give you personal details of his, but he's got health challenges within his own family. I mean, amazing, beautiful family that he has and creates the best that he can, and he goes out and does things for the public and is very active in making positive change for healthcare, especially for people who have chronic disease. And what was so interesting to me is he gave me this concept that you'd think by the time I'm nearly 50 I should have this down. But he says, you've got to just do what for today. What can you do for today? And as I think of that, because I'm already thinking of, my 8-year-old who's going to be 9, and then the rest of his future, I'm already worrying about, oh my goodness, how is the rest of his life going to be affected because of what happened? And all of this and da, da, da. And the same thing, so we've got fires, and the fires damaged and destroyed tens of thousands of acres and homes, and the repercussions of that. And then the hurricanes and the repercussions of that, and the people and the loss. And if you have empathy, you are feeling this depletion. And so my client just said, you have to look at the 3 pieces that are most important. Like you have to cut things out. And the 3 things that he talks about is his faith and family and then restoring. So that's the order that he goes in, and he gets through the day on that. Now, this is one piece that I have not had in for myself, and I wonder if maybe you're experiencing this as well, and that's that restoring the self piece. And I teach my clients, and I'm always harping on my clients about this, but for coaches and for business owners and for people in general, we just tend to not take care of ourselves and replenish ourselves, and it has to be replenished daily, right? We're getting gas. I'm almost empty. I need to go get gas. Well, if I'm almost empty with my body, do I stop and get food, or do I stop and get sleep, or do I stop and care for my body and for myself and my soul? And the answer, sadly, is often no. And that's not okay. So we have to, as fellow beings, as fellow spirits and people, give that permission to each other and say, we have to start taking care of ourselves. Mommies, business owners, we have to, fitness trainers, we have to take care of our bodies too. We have to take care of our spirits too. We have to restore and replenish. And not just on a weekly or monthly basis or yearly, but daily. And as George was talking about this, and he's describing how he operates and where he changes things, like, what am I doing? What can I do in my life that will restore me? And now he can do, because he's a musician, so he can do music, and that's restorative to him. So he intentionally makes time for that and has to cut out things that are not restorative or not part of his faith, family, and restoring himself. Can't remember the exact word he has said, but that's, restoring, renewing, and replenishing. And this is huge. This is such a big topic. And I think that if I were wanting, like if my coach or my mentor, I would want my coach and mentor to remind me of this. So that's why I'm taking the time to make this video and say, we must replenish ourselves just as the earth must replenish, just as our soil must replenish. We cannot be go, 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 and expect to thrive and expect to be vibrantly healthy. So let's give ourselves permission this week and for eternity to replenish every day and have it be a priority as on the top 3. It's a priority. You value it and you value your well-being. You must replenish. Okay, so how can we replenish? Let's talk about that for just one moment here. I have to do some work on that and find out what replenishes me. I used to do a lot of acting, and now I do minimal of it. But that replenished me. I always felt invigorated and excited from it. So I'm going to commit to, and say this publicly right now, I'm going to commit to doing more theater and more acting, even if it's just a play or reading a play and maybe acting some of it out, maybe doing some of that with my boys, and doing more in the theater arts and in the creative arts. I think that you have to find that for yourself, whatever that is. And it could be that it's knitting, or it's running, or it's doing something that, I don't know what it is. It doesn't have to fit into an agenda. It could be sleeping. And I'll tell you something, for the last couple of weeks, sleeping is about the only thing that I have been capable of doing to replenish, because I have been so utterly depleted. And as I talk to you about this, I'm actually feeling better about what I have to deal with my youngest son and the whole ordeal that's in front of us. And then the other things in life that are just part of life and part of the woof and warp of our beautiful tapestry of the lives that we lead. So I connect to you from here as a spirit and as a voice of a fellow mom, not being a know-it-all and not in any way trying to preach or teach that you should do this, but only saying and holding here as a vigil for this connection, wherever you are on the planet, wherever you are in the universe, that we replenish so that we can give what we're here to give, and replenish in a way that truly replenishes you and have it be a top priority. Okay, I'm Stefana Johnson, and I'm definitely the creator of Yogalati, but I'm using Your Holistic Mentor to put up the videos and things, and you can get a free monthly coaching, free monthly mentoring session with our group. It's really fun. We start with an empathy circle first, And if you know anything about nonviolent communication and being able to be listened to without someone trying to fix you or tell you, it's so restorative. It's very replenishing to be able to be heard and to be held in that space of just being totally understood. When things just get tough, I mean, let's face it, we cannot always be on and perfect and, you know, all that, right? And yeah, so, okay, peace and blessings.